Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. Get ready, My Long Island TV starts now.
This event where we have the Metlife Blimp here today, it's pretty exciting. The Blimp was here just for the golf tournament this past weekend at Bethpage, and we had an opportunity to come down here to Republic Airport to get a bunch of CPAs in the room for us to really talk and try to bring some value to each other's businesses and each other's clients. So we're going to actually go out and take a tour. We're going to get shuttled out to the Blimp in a few minutes, and I've been working for the company 20 years and I've never seen it up close and personal, so this is exciting for me as well. So I'm sure it'll be exciting for everyone in the room. We'll get to meet the pilots. They'll talk a little bit about what they do and going across the country, so it'll be fun.
Social media is a great thing because that can allow you the opportunity to have your network grow exponentially, but it still comes down to seeing people face to face. I'm a big believer in breaking bread, whether it be over cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, a breakfast meeting over coffee. Nobody wants to think of me until they actually need me, and when they need me, they have to find me quickly. It means being everywhere, being present, so somebody can say, hey, by the way, a kid from a good family got in trouble, we need you to help them out, which means constantly being out there. What was so funny for us, as I said, it sounded like a great opportunity to get out and to see it, and we're going to go up in it, and then they said, no, we're not actually leaving the ground, and when I asked why, they said, this is not the Hindenburg, this wasn't designed for passengers. It's a small cockpit with a pilot, a co-pilot, and just about enough room for a photographer. I've been flying for about 2 years now, so I'm really curious to see how much the cockpit is going to differ from a high-performance 4-passenger Mooney that I've been training on, especially since I'm training here at Republic.
See the Metlife Blimp, first time in my life. Up close and personal.
The size of that Snoopy.
So cool. Fabulous. Beautiful.
Right.
Cool.
We take it for granted.
You always have to be directly into the wind.
It's there, but we never go out of our way to see it, so great opportunity.
It's really cool. You know, you see it all the time, but you know, you never see it up close and personal. You always just see it on the sky. Well, now it's here in front of me. It's quite impressive.
So how's the instrument panel?
Nice. Very nice and great visibility. Okay, cut it loose. You have much more visibility in here than a small plane, but the dash and the avionics are very similar.
We were in town covering the Barclays at Bethpage this last week, which is great. And whenever we have the time to fill in things like this, we try to add it to our schedule. There's not very much room in here, just barely enough to kind of stand up and move around, get comfortable. But everything goes on in here. We take complete control from the pilot seat here and fly it around. During a TV event, we'll have one pilot and one cameraman. Obviously the pilot sits here and the cameraman sits in your seat back there on the bench. From that position, he uses the joystick and his monitors to kind of get in position and film just what he needs to do. The camera itself will mount externally and film everything below, and he just films in comfort. Most golf tournaments, they film for about 3 hours. The bigger tournaments do a little bit more. So we can cover up to about 8-9 hours of TV coverage a day if we wanted to. It stays inflated just like it is now, year-round. So when it comes time to leave to go to the next city, we actually fly it. So going from New York to Boston is not a big deal, but when it comes time to go down to Florida or even California, then it becomes a very long transit. We're always susceptible to the wind, and so while we're on the mast, the blimp will move around and pivot around the mast 360 degrees, and it just constantly moves. We try to just keep it weighted off the ground so that it doesn't damage the landing gear, but there's always going to be some movement to it. The hiring is very few and far between, so when an opportunity arises, it's usually filled pretty quick. You just need a standard commercial license, commercial pilot license with an instrument rating. The training to actually fly the blimp is done on the job. It's actually through employment with the company that you actually get it. So yeah, once you sign on and start working, you train as you go and learn to fly it. And then once you have your airship ticket, then it's gravy from there.